Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and this is my friend Heather, and we are the Crones. How you doing today, Heather?
Pretty good.
Okay, sorry, I've got to turn off my phone.
Pretty good.
Good. Me too, other than our few hair in my lip and
Well, I may sneeze occasionally, and I'll be blowing my nose. Sorry about that.
Do what?
Sneezing once in a while and blowing my nose a lot. It just seems to be running today, and I can't catch it.
Hi, G. Covington. Hi, Jay. Hey, Elizabeth. It's a rainy PA. We had a little rain earlier today too, but it was more sprinklies than anything. And
yeah,
I think
we had last night and yesterday afternoon, but nothing.
Have you done your cards yet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Let's see what the cards have to say for today.
Okay.
Hey, well, Jay. Oh, I'm sorry. You are ready.
Told you I was ready. Okay. This is the return of the spirit. That's us going back in and having the spirit coming in. And the thing that gets in the way sometimes, believe it or not, is the violet flame. And I think it confuses us because it's such a high functioning frequency that sometimes we don't really understand what's going on. So I think sometimes maybe it confuses us, and it's hard to stay back with the spirit. In the meantime, our spirits are still listening to the music or making music. In my case, I hear it all the time. In some people's cases, I'm sure that they just hear it when they need to, or they make their own. Okay. And our humans are still trying to make sure that we're worthy. So, and especially since we're having trouble with the return of the spirit because the frequency confuses us. So we're saying, are we still worthy? But we find that all we have to do is some shifting. If we shift, either pull back so we can see better or elevate our frequencies or do something that's shifting. If we do that, then everything will go back to the simplicity that it was, and it's easy again.
Oh, good. Well, shifting, that's easy. Go dance, go listen to some decent music.
Yeah. All you got to do is shift and everything will right itself.
Go ground yourself, meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love our card day part of the show. So I hope you guys are here because we're doing our third show on Atlantis. And to be honest with you, I think I could do 5 or 6 shows. Every time I think I've got the information I want, more comes up. It's just insane. So today we're going to talk about the master crystals. And I'm sorry, that was last week. We talked about the master.
But I was going to say, I have started reading the first book, and I'm going, oh my gosh, we could do shows on this.
Guess what? I just bought the second book.
I got the first book.
I got the book from 2012 on because the information that we've been using for these shows was all published before 2012.
That's true, but it's the history. Like,
it is the
history. How was the universe made? How was it created? What is it? And how many parts? It's just unbelievable. And then it starts talking about the earth and how it was developed. And we are a young place because we're only 200,000 or million years young.
Years young, yeah, exactly. Okay.
But I was thinking, not everybody wants to know this. So if you want to really know our history, get the first book.
Yeah, this is the Channelings of Archangel Metatron by James Tiberon or Tiberon. It's Tyberonn. It's at the bottom of the description page, our sources.
I have the second book. Maybe if you're going to read the second book, I will too.
It's just because I don't have either one of them yet. They haven't shown up yet.
Oh, I didn't buy the books. I just downloaded them.
Okay. I don't know anything about downloading them. I bought them.
Ouch.
No, it was all right. It was
Okay.
fine. I like to hold it in my hand.
But
I
I
don't.
did find out, we had this great big book called Urania. That's what they used to call Earth. I had no
Mhm.
idea what it was. Now I do. I said, okay, I'll read that book.
Awesome. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the crystal awakening, and the crystal sun disk and crystalline grid define and underwrite the ascension. This is a lot about the ascension, and there's some really important information in the first bit of this that kind of knocked my socks off. Anyway, the crystalline is not merely minerals, rather, it is the vibration of perfect ordering, it is the frequency of perfection. I found that quite eye opening. And in vibrational terms, what you refer to as impeccability. That reminded me of the four agreements. Be impeccable with your word. The four agreements. I have to go back and look at that.
Mhm.
By impeccability, we mean aligning actions to accurate belief. It is walking your talk. And dear ones, conscious minerals and crystalline states are the generators that support your rise into coherent energies and dimensions. The crystalline energy, and indeed entire mineral kingdom, relates to humanity through both physical and etheric means. It has always been so. The mineralogic crystalline essence is essentially the root resonance of the same creative force that formed the cosmos. Ka-ching. Wow.
In such, as such, the
But
realms
wait a
of
minute,
crystal.
before you start, Heather, I just want to say this is literally word for word from the channeling of
Right.
Metatron, Archangel
That-
Metatron, by this James Tiberon. We're getting all the information from there, and I'm verifying it with my guides, and it's just
Sorry, it's right.
to me, it's mind blowing. Anyway, go ahead, Heather. Thank you.
So, as such, the realms of the crystalline minerals and humanity are intricately related, such that one is never out of contact or subtle communication with the other. You see, your physical human bodies contain crystalline particles and a rich array of minerals that are uniquely relative to the earth. Accordingly, the harmonic ratios of minerals and crystalline particulate that are in both your physical and etheric bodies are maintained in coherent uniformity with those of the earth. Since we're living here, we need to be in line. So, thus, the resulting frequential ratios of earth and humanity are held in a requisite balance for the well being and support of humanity individually and in mass.
Exactly.
Masters, even new cosmic era beings with it up shifts and transformations. Whoever you are, it's still going to do it. Both the earth and indeed mankind are experiencing a long awaited awakening. This metamorphosis includes global warming and modification of myriad environmental phenomena that you're quickening around you. And if you've taken a look at the hurricanes and the volcanoes and all, these are all kinds of signs of it.
However, saw in I think it was the Weather Channel yesterday. I thought there was an uptick in volcanoes, and there actually isn't. It's
Huh.
just, it's actually normal right now. Now, normal to what? I don't know. Normal for the 10 years? I don't know.
Anyway, a key aspect of the new crystalline age is a purposed clarion call to the crystalline and mineral kingdoms of the earth to increase the flow of energy that it receives from the inner core of the earth. So
So
these are all fields.
we're getting more and more energy, not just from outside of
No,
us,
we're getting it
from
from inside.
inside as well. It's
Yeah.
coming from center of Mother Earth. So Arkansas and Brazil are composites of the two greatest masses of quartz crystal and associated gemological forms on the planet, and are key to this call. This clarion call provokes a stimulation that affects the entire Earth, but most specifically the mineralogical crystalline pockets that receive and transmit potent energetic patterns throughout the planet Earth. But it extends to an even greater scope, because while the mineralogical realm of Earth indeed defines the Earth, it is truly the oldest sentient life form on the planet. Sentient life form. The diversity of crystalline mineral resources encompasses a vast part of the entire cosmos. The heralded ascension is then in effect the coming of the new crystalline age.
Yeah. There are primary and satellite power points of energy on the planet. The ultra raw priesthood not only knew the exact location and natures of these each, they were able to harness, refine, and amplify their energy and the network and put them all together, network them together into a global power grid. Boy, they're smart dudes.
Mm-hmm.
A global system of what may be termed refined ley lines and axial tonal lines were networked and indeed charged with crystals. Arkansas and Brazil are emerging to be the two most important ones for the transitional ascension, the change from magnetic to crystalline energy. The magnetic grid is decreasing to be replaced by the crystalline grid. And that's in red. So,
isn't that interesting? Because you hear about how the magnetic is decreasing, and it's a problem, and we're going to, we're going to flip. The poles are going to shift.
Yeah, that's what they think, but
I think it's all turning crystalline.
Yeah.
If you remember, I saw our moon with, wasn't it the moon that I saw without poles, or the Earth without poles?
Say that again.
Wasn't it the Earth that I saw without polarity, without poles?
Right. We won't have it because we won't have the duality.
Exactly. It was in some show we did, and I channeled that we didn't have a pole, a North and South Pole anymore. But anyway, never mind. Sorry.
So like I said, the magnetic grid is decreasing to be replaced by the crystalline grid. Magnetic currents are by definition polar. Crystalline energy is non-polar, 0 point. The shift to 0 point occurs from the 5th to the 12th dimension. The 12th dimension is in the crystalline apex. So the ascension in simplest terms is the expansion of the Earth from the magnetic or polarity of the first 3 dimensions to the 0 point fields of the crystalline dimensions. It's like,
doesn't that blow your mind?
I know. You go from 1 to 3 and all of a sudden you do something different. And that's what we're doing.
I think that's amazing.
I think it is too.
The law of one Atlanteans used the law of one Atlanteans used crystals in many benevolent ways and means, and the return of the law of one will reopen their use. Indeed, it is the oath of the law of one that they will never again be duped into allowing the technology to fall into the wrong hands. Each of you are part of this oath, all of us, part of this oath. The benevolent use of the Atlantean crystals included physical and emotional healing and rejuvenation, sound and music enrichment and crystalline musical instruments, meditation, amplification of mental capacity and information downloads, dematerialization. What?
Yeah.
Beam me up, Scotty. Teleportation, telekinesis with the hyperdimensional tunnel network, anti-gravity plasma, magnetic force fields, library storing records and other knowledge much like a computer, creation of higher energy fields for use in schools, research facilities, and factories, increase of plant growth in farming and agriculture, weather control, amplification of natural ley energy and communication, power transmission, because crystals have the ability to transfer energy, to retain it, to maintain its intensity, to focus and transmit it over great distance. Wow.
The grid crystals. Now, while there were 9 omnipotent crystals relocated from Atlantis, there are others that were already in specific locations and did not require movement. These have been in a state of semi-dormancy and some in states of dysfunction. The major of these are located in as follows: Tibet, Lake Baikal in Russia, Roslin, Scotland, Arafat, Turkey, Giza, Egypt, Montserrat in Spain, Sri Lanka, Bali, Hawaii, Japan, South Pole, and the North Pole.
They're also secondary, or what may be termed satellite crystals, in many other locations, including Tasmania, New Zealand, Glastonbury, England, Argentina, Canada, the Himalayas, Tanzania, France, Greece, South Africa, Chile, Arizona, Easter Island, Moscow, Greenland, just to name a few. These receive energy from and are somewhat dependent on the axiotonal radionic frequency broadcast from the major crystalline units.
So this is all set up already. Now,
Yes.
long ago, the Lemurians constructed 12 major sun disks with one primary disk activating all the others. The primary disk hung in a great temple in Lemuria, which served as a symbolic representation of our place of origin, the grand central sun. And I know what that is because I just read that. Anyway, whenever it was struck by a high priest, this sun disk would set certain the vibratory conditions that could bring about great earthquakes and even a change in the rotation of the earth itself. This disk was made entirely of transmuted gold and was held by ropes that were also made of gold. The disk reflected the rays of the sun into the temple, and the golden sun disks were not an object of art or worship, but rather a complex scientific computeresque tool. They glowed in a golden spiraling energy, maintaining, interfacing, and regulating the dimensional synergy of the natural telluric forces of Earth with that of mankind and celestial realms.
When the continent of Lemuria broke apart during the destruction of Atlantis, the sun disk was given to the Incas. The Incas placed the golden disk inside their temple of the sun in the Peruvian city of Cusco. They used it to receive information directly from the sun god, Tiki Viracocha, the universal mind at the center of the galaxy. This enormous sun disk stood in the temple of the sun until the 1500s, when the Spanish conquistadors landed in Peru and destroyed the temple. At that time, it was moved to Lake Titicaca, where it remained hidden beneath the waters in a subterranean temple. The primary sun with the 11 other locations across the planet. This primary disk is now located in Arkansas because of its unique combinations of magnetic minerals, radium-charged aquifers, and a diamond deposit, which works synergistically with the large quartz crystal deposits.
Yep. The sun disks are dimensional program stabilizers for the new Atlantis energy. Each of the 12 disks carries a specific vibration that relates to its purpose and geographic location. The golden sun disks are for the planet Earth, what the crystal skulls were or are for mankind, a composite library of the perfection blueprint. Each disk contains a DNA code for the planet, and there are 12 composite frequencies that in 2012 formed the one. Locations of 12 major sun disks. The sun disks are located in various areas around the planet. Arkansas, the Pinnacle Mountains, is the primary place. Brazil, St. Thomas de Letras and Minas Gerais. And then you have Bolivia, Lake Titicaca. That's near the island of the sun. Scotland, Roseland Chapel. I think you've all heard of that through the movies. Russia in the Ural Mountains. Also in Russia, Siberia, Lake Baikal. In Egypt, in Giza. Africa and Kilimanjaro. China, Xi'an Pyramids. French Polynesia in Moria. Australia in Uluru. And Sri Lanka.
Wow. Let's see the next one then. I was just reading the chat. White Dragon says there's one in under Yellowstone. Wouldn't surprise me because each of the major 12 sun disks supports 12 sun disk satellites.
That's
So
right.
that's where these are where the satellites are, or at least the ones.
Which is you're going to talk about now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me get that off. So each of the major 12 sun disks support 12 sun disk satellites. Each of the sun disk satellites are strategically placed. The placement of the sun disk and sun disk satellites are carefully chosen. These locations were chosen due to their telluric mineralogy, stellar alignments, and grid alignment. The 12 satellites in North America fed from the primary disk in Mount Pinnacle, Arkansas, include Hawaii, Denali, Alaska, Lake O'Hare in Canada, Mount Shasta, California, Needle Rock, Colorado, Chichen Itza in the Yucatan, Mount Alban in Mexico, offshore Gulf of Mexico near Galveston, then Bimini in the Bahamas, Asheville, North Carolina, Herkimer, New York, and Grossmorn, Newfoundland. I have no idea if I said that correctly.
According to geologists and grid expert James Tiberon, these disks are being activated into 12 helix spirals. They are emitting divine energy of zero field, of pure love, unconditional love, a light code that can only exist in the fifth dimension and up. Golden sun disks are the DNA, the blueprint for the crystalline field, indeed for the crystalline 144 grid. Indeed, they are correspondences to the ability of the earth to regenerate and reform itself, similar to the DNA of the earth itself.
The Atlantean crystals open the etheric gate, the dimensional portals that will allow mankind of carbon-based life to interface with those of bioplasmic life. You must understand, masters, that you exist within both multidimensional parallels. Indeed, you are the Syrians, you are the Pleiadians, and you are the Arcturians, and much, much more. Whew. I can't get it out. You are all the multi-dimensional sparks of the Master Creator God. Masters, it is the return of the matriarchal society, a culture and spiritual energy of sublime balance termed the Law of One. It is the long-awaited completion.
The changing of the past.
The changing of the past. It is the new beginning of the spiritual application of the Law of One. It is the ascension, the crystalline age. And this time, you will get it right. From the channelings of Archangel Metatron by James Tiberon, who died in, I believe, in 2020. Woo! I don't know what happened there, folks. Chills, total chills. Ooh! Body chills. That only happens when spirit gets me.
You notice I'm coughing.
Ah,
Must be the energy. That's what White
I have
Dragon
to
says.
put
The
this. I have
coffin
to
is
put
due to
this.
the energy.
Sorry about that. Woo! Incredible information, is it not?
Yep. What's he say now?
Okay, hang on. I got it. Um, I can't believe that I still got tears dripping. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's just the energy. I was coughing
It
for no
is.
reason.
Um, I need to go up. I hate I hate this. I want to go back to my I'm on my computer and it's driving me crazy because I can't use it right. Okay, this is from White Dragon. Oh, that's interesting. White Dragon says, "Oh, and I just heard there's also one under Hawaii Island associated with Pele, the volcano goddess, which is an elemental." Yeah,
Cool.
maybe we need to start doing some talking to some elementals. And then Laurie Huntsinger says, "I so deeply appreciate both of your wisdom. Grateful for your skills as teachers for us. It is hard and sad to say goodbye to yesterday." Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. Yeah, it is energy being released all over the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I can breathe a little.
Yeah, he's right. It was a high energy level of energy that was being released because I was coughing like crazy.
I thought he meant in Hawaii. Oh, whew. Well, I certainly feel connected. Does anybody want some cards read? How long was that? How long?
Let's
27
just sit back
minutes?
and relax a little now.
Yeah, let's sit back and relax a little
That
bit.
was a little intense.
Laurie says, "I'm crying also. I have wanted this change most of my life. Now that it is happening, it hurts my heart deeply." It does. And then White Dragon says, "LOL, better get used to it, Crohn's. This is the new normal." Oh, you're absolutely right.
Well, I really don't want to choke. How about we find another way for me to
I know, another
let me
way
have the chills.
I was having full body chills and crying. It was ridiculous. It's okay. It's all good. So anyway, let's read some. If you have any more comments, I certainly love to read the comments, and I appreciate you that are feeling the same way that that I was. And also, I wanted to say hi to Laurie Hunsinger and Gina M. and Ron Unconditional Love. Thanks for being here. And Jay, appreciate it. And who else did I see?
You didn't say hello to White Dragon. We just been talking about him as all.
Hi, White Dragon, Gina M. Pisces Greeter, thank you for being here. Warrior Girl, thank you guys. Thank you all for being here. MJ420, oh, she says her puppy was fixed today. Oh, it'll be much better after.
I have to get mine done too.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yep, they won't give me a license without it. But I'm old enough, I don't think they charge me. I'll just give them the paperwork and they say, "Here."
Oh, I love you all in this group. You all are so sweet. Jay, you just missed me going into tears at the end of the presentation. The energy got so high, I couldn't handle it. You're really lucky I wasn't bawling. I was trying my hardest not to just bawl.
I was trying my hardest not to be just coughing. And choking.
Anyway, we want to read some cards.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put 3 card readings up. And just so you know, this is for spiritual and entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
I love our subscribers.
This one.
Okay.
And this
Gene
one.
Covington's the first one that says a card.
Covington.
I know you all want cards, so come
Miss
on.
Covington asked for a card.
Yep, she's the first. I believe it's Genevieve. I think it's the most beautiful name in the world. I'm going to use my moon cards again today since I'm emotional. Sorry.
Whoops. What are you doing in there?
Thank you, Gina. You will get a card, or actually three. I'm going to do threes.
Well,
I don't have any desk space right now with me being on my laptop. It's weird. Let other goes first. No, whoever says card gets a card. It
that's
is
right.
Genevieve. It's beautiful. And I get that Genevieve has beautiful energy as well.
I think White Dragon wants to be last.
Okay. Come on, Jay. I know you want a card. There's plenty of time. We have a half an hour.
Yeah, we got time. It's just that is so intense what we did and so informative that you just can't take more than that.
Yeah, we have to keep those sharp. And I really, once I read the books, I think we'll be doing a few more. The books are by the guy that channeled all this information, and I couldn't find anything after 2012. After everything, all the crystals were aligned, and most of them were up to power. I think there was
But they're not up to power yet. They're still getting there.
Became up to power in 2020.
Okay.
Is what
you read. I believe you.
Okay.
Oh, Jay wants one with the White Dragon. Not the same time.
I got it. I've got it. I've got her. I've got her starred. It's cool.
So, G. Covington.
Are you ready to go, or do you want me to go?
I just now drawing them, so you go ahead.
I'm ready. I'm ready. It's okay. It's all right. I've got this. We are all sisters and reflected divine in one another. And I think this is just to remind you that we are all one. We are all sisters, especially in this community, beautiful community. We have so much support. And then safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. It's really to be who you are, to be free to be who you are, to express yourself. I know this moon card. I'm not very good at this. Anyway. And then the rhythm of my breath directs the rhythm of my life. Remember, our breath is a gift and it is our life when we breathe. So whenever you have any issues, just remember to breathe deep. And I'm one of those that takes 3 deep breaths. When I start feeling anxious or have an issue with something, I take 3 deep breaths. And by then I can think again if I'm riled or whatever. So I just believe that they're reminding you and all of us actually to be ourselves, that we are sisters in community, and that remember to breathe, because people don't breathe deep. They don't breathe correctly. So, much love, Genevieve.
And really, you do need to breathe, because when you don't breathe, you become distracted and you miss magical opportunities. And you might begin to take something for granted. And then that was the 4 summers. Then you had the Prince of Winter. And with this card, what they're saying is seek out an intellectual resolution to your problem. You don't have to act decisively. I mean, you do act decisively. And it may mean that you need to do it now, not later. Okay? Because sometimes there's sudden changes. But always, 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 Queen of Spring, believe in yourself. Okay? Don't question yourself. You know the right stuff. Okay? And there are wonderful people around, even on this line here, that are more than willing to help if you need help. Okay? So just keep a balance between your work and home life, which is what she said to start with. And then some of these things don't occur. And you don't have to go through all that stuff. Okay.
Cool. Let me know if you want your cards read. We've got plenty of time. I've got White Dragon, Laurie. No, sorry. I'm sorry. Gina M, White Dragon, and Jay so far. But I wanted
And
to share
Warrior
this.
Girl? No, she's just,
Yeah, but I'll.
yeah.
White Dragon says the first time I felt that level of energy, I could not talk, so I just sat there. Yeah, but I had to talk. It wasn't like I could not talk, but you acclimate to the new plateau. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I love this that Warrior Girl said. Yes, all the ley lines and dragon lines are healed, activated, and online, so to speak. I think that's why you feel it so much, Heather. I think it's because everything is activated and you're feeling those activated ley lines.
Yeah. The ground shakes out here.
To
And I
no
can,
one but you.
huh?
To
Yeah, for no one
but
but
you.
me. Yeah. And I can be standing waiting for the elevator and a building is shaking and nothing's moving.
Okay, next is White Dragon, because if I don't do them in line, I'm not going to, I'll lose them.
Okay.
Let's see what we got for White Dragon today. My community is supportive, loving, and active in the world. I love myself completely and unconditionally.
Oh,
Brilliant cards. Movement awakens my creative spirit. Whoops. My community is supportive, loving, and active in the world, and we all know that to be true. And we all know how involved you are, and how you are getting more involved is what Spirit wants you to do. They like the fact that you're getting more and more involved in the community. And then remember to love yourself. I know you love others, but remember to love yourself completely and unconditionally, because you know what? We all do. And movement awakens my creative spirit. Get out of that recliner and move. Turn off the TV. Get outside and move. I'm saying get out in nature. Look at the moon on that. Don't we have a full moon Monday? Yeah. I'd spend some time out in that full moon. Maybe dance under the full moon. White dragon.
okay. Well, I drew 3 cards and it's really, really weird because they were, if you go regular tarot, these are all major arcana. You have the Sun, the Magician, and Justice. Basically, the very first one was yes, the Sun. That's the best card you can get. All your plans are going to be working out perfectly. And you have amazing ideas and rewards coming in for it. And then you had the Magician card, which means you can do anything. You really can. And we know that. So it says take charge in your life. I think you're beginning to do that. He said, but also with the Justice card, you do everything as it needs to be done because you take the time to review the details and you do it carefully, and you must continue to do it carefully because you're going to win in the end, no matter what, because they're fair and objective decisions that you make. Okay.
Especially against those old reps. Okay, Jay's next. All right, Dragon says, I've been able to pull a rabbit out of a hat before. And Jay also said to you, me too, Heather. I feel like everything is moving, but nobody else notices. Hi,
That's
Mouse.
right.
Blessings to you too. Ay, ay, ay.
know what that feels like.
How is it? A large portion of the deck.
Okay, we're on J.
Okay, Miss J. Interesting. Are you good? I'm ready to go.
You go ahead.
I swear this is you, Jay. I'm with a steady mind. I'm connected to our collective experience. This is so you. Look at that on the third eye. It's beautiful. Remember to ground yourself a lot. You spend a lot of time up here, and you need to spend a lot of time grounding those lower chakras to keep that steady mind, to keep connected to the not the community. What am I saying? Collective. Because you say spend so much time connected to the collective, you need to ground yourself and make sure the feelings and the emotions that you're feeling are yours and not everybody else's. I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. So I would say maybe spend a little bit of time outside to ground because she's out there with the ferns and earth, and focus on what's working in your life, not what's not working, because we all know what's not working in our lives, but we forget the things that are working and working well in our life, and we need to give thanks.
Okay. The first part I got was unity. And it says, when you do things for the right reason. Okay. Look at the traditional approach to things and how you're thinking of what you might want to do, and take a look and see what works for you. But do it for the right reason, that it works for you, not that it's just something new or it's something old. You have powerful initiative.
Yikes. Get a glass of water, sweetie.
Ran out of water. Okay.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah. Anyway, you have powerful intuitive epiphonics. In other words, don't worry and give up that fear. You don't need it, because you just need to understand the situation. You don't need to be afraid of it. You don't need to worry about it. If you understand it, you're fine. Okay, because your intuitive powers are so great. You're fine. And it said, now remember, I said you're doing things for the right reason. Whether it's old or new, you're doing it because that's what works for you. And you have the powerful intuition. So you don't need to worry or fear about anything. And it's time. This is Princess of Spring. It's time to go after your dreams. Okay. Do
Absolutely.
something that expands your horizons, and let your creativity take flight. You don't need to worry about it. You've got the intuitive sense you need, and you're looking at things both the old way and a new way or whatever, but you're doing it the way that works for you. So go after your dreams now. Okay.
Lovely. Bye, Ron. Okay, then we have Emmy J. Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen's the last one I've got. So if there's anybody else that wants their card, wants to reading, let us know.
Mm-hmm. I promise not to cough. Well,
you can't promise.
I will try. Promise not to try not to cough.
Okay, Emmy J. Well, this is all about self-care. But it's always nice to know when you're on the right path and divinely guided. And there's your confirmation you're on the right path. I think that's pretty beautiful. I feel free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. If you're ever having any self-doubts about your worth, don't. There is no reason to doubt your worth. You're here an important being on the planet right now, and you have a lot of love to give, and you're surrounded by a lot of love. Maybe change some habits and eat what nourishes you if you're not eating properly. This can be anything from food to the people around you, what you ingest visually or what you listen to. Um, it's all food for our body. So make sure that you're eating healthy for your body, whether it's what you're watching on TV or whatever's surrounding you. Just know that you are absolutely worthy and needed right now, right here.
Mm-hmm. And you have three cards. Two of them are the high arcana. It says the first one is the Emperor. It says use logic and structure to increase whatever it is that you're wanting to increase. Okay, so do it logically. Get yourself organized and be a kind but firm and compassionate leader. Okay. Then it also says here things about securing financial security or whatever. But what that doesn't make, that's not what they're really trying to say. What they're trying to say is honor your family traditions. I don't know if you're going somewhere for Thanksgiving, and it may be difficult to honor some of those traditions, but that's what you're doing. And by doing that, you're building for both you and, if you have a family, the rest of your family. And then the last one was the High Priestess. Trust in your intuition, because you have what you need to know. If you're wondering about something, then meditate. And the careful reflection and the meditation will take care of everything for you, and you'll know what to do. Okay? But basically, they're just saying you've got, if you use organization and the logic and structure, and you trust your own intuition, everything's going to be fine, because it all falls into place. And don't be afraid to honor old traditions, even if they are old traditions, you know.
We didn't skip you, Gina. I went and looked back. You were the second one, so we just got you early. Anybody else for a card? Because we are.
Oh yeah,
Gina M. We did her. But anyway, if anybody else wants a card, that's it. We'll do our
for the
collective. And I hope each and every one of you has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm having a group at my house, but I'm not doing the cooking. Fausto's has done the cooking for me. Yay. Pick it up tomorrow. But yeah, this year I'm not even doing a pie. I'm too busy. That's the way it goes.
Oh,
but it'll be fun.
April taking
the silver fox out there if he's watching, and we love you. Hi, Indigo.
I think I only want one card.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
And I think I need the different deck.
What deck do I want? How about a Healing Waters card? That would be a good one, wouldn't it? A
I'm
Healing
going to use
Water.
Metatron deck because I got the impression that that's what it's supposed to be.
Wow, White Dragon just did pot stickers from scratch.
He did what?
Well, come make me some. He said he did pot.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm making my strawberry spectacular, which is a scratch lemon chiffon cake with lots of whipped cream and strawberries in between the 4 layers.
No, Warrior Girl, we didn't do a card for you. I didn't see you ask for a card. Hang on. Can we do Warrior Girl real quick?
Yeah. Let's do Warrior Girl, and then I'll get one. They're different decks, so it's easy.
Yeah, that's easy. Sorry, babe. Didn't mean to forget you.
I thought.
No, she didn't ask. She was talking, but she didn't ask for a card that I saw. Ooh, good luck, Heather. Hope that works for you, babe.
Yeah.
I'm talking to Indigo Jaguar, Heather.
I know.
Thank you, Jay. Wishing you a peaceful and blessed Thanksgiving, too. Okay, Warrior Girl, you ready? We're going to get you done. My instincts keep me adaptable in the face of any obstacle. So if you've got an obstacle right now, oh, I love this wolf. Look at the wolf with the moon. Eek. Mushroom on the bottom. Just keep your options open. Stay centered and focused. And you can beat it, whatever it is. For some reason, I'm picking up some kind of something to do with the law or courts. Anyway, stay adaptable. Love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. You know, I'd love a tattoo like that. The moon phases. That's beautiful. Just keep that unconditional love flowing. Just keep it flowing. You are loved and protected. You're just surrounded by angels and higher beings. And I allow stillness to heal and reveal. Stillness seems to be the only way to heal or reveal. I don't know. It's just saying go within. And I have a feeling this has to do with some shadow work. Let it happen and release it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the first part was the Empress. And it said it's time to take action. And you have the power of creativity. And that power of creativity will enhance your living. It also says open your heart to love. I was surprised because she also had a card about love and relationships.
Intimacy. Mm-hmm.
So, but you're also I'm sorry.
It's the moon deck. It's called the moon deck, written by Arona Lee, illustrated by Andrea Kay. I think you can see it pretty well. I love this deck. It came in a wooden box with the moon, with this on the outside of it, etched into it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Anyway, your psychic abilities, don't be afraid to use them in looking at any kind of relationship. And this card is the 8 of Summer. It says that you have a desire for a more meaningful life. In other words, you want to do more than what you've been allowed to do. Okay. And you're beginning to realize it's time to move on. And like the first one said, it's time to take action. Okay. So you've got 2 cards saying go. And you're going to be making some major life changes, very possibly. And again, that has to do with moving on and doing more things and getting out there and using your power of creativity. So go for it.
Great.
Yep.
Okay. I've pulled a card for the collective.
I didn't get that far.
You go ahead. Oh,
No, I said I didn't get that far.
That's okay. Go ahead. Do your
Okay.
thing. I pulled the Wellspring. I'm using the Rebecca Campbell deck, the Healing Waters. What are you thirsty for? Body care? Take a breath. You know, this is a really stressful time of year for a lot of people, especially when you have to be with family that sometimes don't all get along, to put it mildly. So take care of yourself. This is for all of us. Take care of yourself.
And I'm using the Metatron deck. That's the back of the card.
Wow.
And what I pulled was Cosmos mirrors you. You know how we've been saying you are creating your own world? That's what they're saying too. They're confirming it mirrors you, mirrors what you do, what you're thinking. And so it's important to, since you're creating your own world, to create what you really want.
Amen. We want to create what we want.
Yeah.
Not what we don't want. So stop thinking about all that stuff we don't want and let it go.
Exactly.
Let
Just
it
go
go.
for the things you do want.
That's exactly right.
As
Thanks,
they say
everybody.
in education, think positively.
Yeah. Thanks for being here today, everybody. We sure
Yeah.
appreciate it. We love this community so much. It's just amazing to me how so many cool people with this like-minded people can be in the same place.
Exactly.
I just love it. So you guys go out and have a great Thanksgiving. Share your love, share your light. Let your freak flag fly, as I always say. Be who you are. We love you.
And
No matter.
remember, if you are full of unconditional love, there's no room for fear.
That's
So you don't
exactly
need to.
right.
Okay?
So no fear, guys.
No
Love
fear.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you next time.